Okay folks, let us look at this question. In the diagram alongside the graph of y is equals to f prime x is represented, where f at x is equals to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx represents what? It represents a cubic function. Here's our graph. Remember, when you differentiate a cubic function, you get what? You get a parabola function. And when you differentiate a parabola function, you get what? You get a straight line graph. So in other words, the first derivative of this function, it gives what? It gives a parabola. Hence we have this parabola graph that is concave downwards. Now in this diagram, we are given what? We are given the y-intercept, which is this one. At this point, the value of x is 0, the value of y is 15, and then what else is it given to us? We are also given what? The x-intercept, -1 and +5. So we are going to use this this diagram to get what? To get the equation of what? The equation of the cubic function. But first we are going to get what? We are going to get the equation of the parabola function, which will lead us to the equation of a cubic function. So now to find the equation of the parabola, we are going to use what? We are going to use sorry, not f at x, but y is equals to what? Y is equals to a into x minus x1 into x minus what? Minus x2. Remember, what does x1 and x2 represent? They represent the x-intercept. Remember, on a cubic function, we were going to have what? X minus x3, because a cubic function has what? It sometimes has 3 x-intercepts. It depends on the information that is given to you. So we use x1 and x2 because a parabola function has what? It has 2 x-intercept. Remember, what does the value of a represent? It represent it is the one that shows whether the graph is it will increase or it will decrease. So in this case, since our graph is concave downward, that simply means the value of a is going to be negative now. So let us substitute there. Y is equals to a into what? X minus what? Minus into minus 1. And then we have x minus what? Minus 5 now. Y is equals to a into what? I'm going to simplify this one. X, negative by negative, you get what? You get +1. And then we have what here? We have x minus what? Minus 5. So remember, what is it that is also given to us? We are also given the y-intercept. So that y-intercept, the value of x is 0 and the value of y is 15. So it can help us to solve for what? To solve for a. So we are going to substitute it. Substitute what? 0 is to 50. To this equation, let us name this equation equation 1. Substitute this point into what? Into equation 1. So you are going to have what? The value of y is 15 is equals to a. The value of x is what? Is 0 plus 1. The value of x is 0 minus 5. So in other words, we are going to have what? 1 multiplied by minus 5. It is going to be minus 5 multiplied by a. It will be minus what? Minus 5a. Remember, 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 minus 5, it will always give you minus 5. And then you multiply 1 by that minus 5, you get minus 5. That minus 5 multiplied by a. So on this side, we still have 15 there. We divide by minus 5, divide by minus 5. So the value of a is going to be what? Is going to be negative. Remember, this negative, it shows why the graph is concave downwards. So in other words, we have what? We are going to substitute a is equals to minus 3 into what now? Into equation 1 again. So we have y is equals to what? Minus 3 into what? Into x plus 1 into what? Into x minus 5. So I'm going to simplify these brackets before I can distribute minus 3 inside. So I have what now? I have minus 3 into what? X by x is x squared. X by that one minus 5x, 1 multiplied by x, plus x, 1 multiplied by minus 5, minus 5. So I have minus 3 here into what? Into x squared. Let us collect the like terms and simplify them. You have minus 5x plus x, which will be minus what? Minus 4x. Minus 5 now. So y is equals to what? Now we can use distributive law to multiply inside by this negative 3. It will be minus 3x squared, negative by negative, positive 12x, negative by negative again, positive what? Positive 15. So this is the equation of what? Of the parabola. This is the equation of the parabola. But we are looking for what? We are looking for the equation of what? Of the cubic function. We are looking for the equation of the cubic function now. So remember, what is this now? This is the first derivative. This is the first derivative of what? Of that cubic function. So that simply means to us that I'm going to finish it off here. That simply means to us that f prime x, which is equals to 3a x squared. I'm going to differentiate this, plus 2bx plus what? Plus c. So in other words, I'm going to equate this to what? To this. I'm going to equate this to what now? To this now. I'm going to equate this to what now? To this now. And then we solve for what? We solve for the value of a, b, and c. So in other words, we are going to have what now? We have 3a being equals to what? 3a is equals to minus 3. Then you solve for a here. You have a is equals to what? Remember, you divide by 3 on both sides. A is equals to minus 1. So you have 2b is equals to what? 2b is equals to 12. Dividing by 2 on both sides, b is equals to positive 6. And then you have c is equals to what? You have c is equals to 15. You have c is equals to 15 now. You have c is equals to 15 now. So in other words, what is it that we have here? What is it that we have here? In other words, we have f at x is equals to, remember what is f at x? There is our f at x. F at x is equals to the value of a minus 1. Minus 1 multiplied by that, it will always give you this. That's our f at x. Plus what? What is the value of b? The value of b is 6. 6 what? X squared. Plus what? What is the value of c? The value of c is 15. 15 what? 15x. 15x now. So in other words, this is our cubic function. This is our cubic function. When you differentiate this cubic function, you get what? You get the parabola function. This is our cubic function. There it is.